Welcome back. Now, the recent measles outbreak across the U.S. has caused concern for many parents, and CBS actually reported over 60 confirmed cases so far. Here at home, Dr. Carrie Baker is here to talk about the importance of prevention methods as well as proper wellness knowledge. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Tell me a little bit about, okay, so where exactly is this happening? Because sometimes when I say national news, everybody goes, cool, that's way, way, way far away. We're okay here in Ohio in our nice little Toledo bubble. That's not necessarily the case anymore.
No, it's not. Actually, the Ohio Department of Health just sent us a update in March of 24 that stated there's been 17 different states who have reported cases, and the Kentucky-Cincinnati airport just recently had an exposure, and they were tracking down any kind of linkage that could be in Ohio. So far, they haven't found any, but there was the exposure. And then Pennsylvania, Virginia, Delaware, Georgia. So those are all states that are right around, Ohio. So not too far away.
The same way sometimes that folks go, well, I got my flu shot. Well, I have the measles vaccination, so I'm 100% good, right? We don't need to have this conversation. I can tune out the minute I heard measles. That's like polio way back in the day. We're fine. I don't need to pay attention, right?
Well, no. They have noticed a decrease in the vaccination rates over the past 3 years. So there's something called herd immunity, that when enough people have been vaccinated, it kind of eradicates the disease, or at least decreases it tremendously. And the CDC wants the vaccination rate to be around 95% for that herd immunity to get
successful?
Yeah,
okay,
exactly. So last year in the 2022-2023 school season, there were only 93% of kindergartners who were vaccinated. And we vaccinate between, the first dose is between 12 and 15 months, and the second dose between 4 and 6 years. After the first dose, it's about 93% effective, and after the second dose, it jumps up to 97 to 98% effective.
93 is not 100.
Correct.
So then I keep my baby in a bubble and we just say, forget it. Like, I'll see y'all when I see y'all type deal. What's a smart way to move? Because sometimes, especially I could say, I'll admit, for new moms, I get nervous because it's not fun to see your kid sick. But of course, measles is serious.
Yeah, you can get very sick, especially under the age of 2. That's the population that gets the sickest. But it's a virus. So it's a virus just like the COVID virus or the influenza virus, right? So you're going to get the same subset of symptoms. You see cough, runny nose, conjunctivitis, so that red, pink eye looking. They'll also sometimes get a rash, also something called Koplik spots in the back of the throat. And to be honest with you, I've never seen it. I mean, I've been a nurse for almost 30 years, and I've been doing nurse practitioner for 16 years in pediatrics. And I've never seen a case of measles. So, but it's definitely a differential now that when we see the kids coming in with these symptoms and high fevers that are testing negative for everything else and are pretty sick, we need to be testing for measles because there is the recent outbreak. So it's something that I think about now more as a differential than I ever did before.
So then, as you're telling me all these symptoms, which sounds scary, but again, things I need to be on the lookout for, what else should I do? Is it just the vaccination? Should I make sure that everybody's up to date on everything? Like, how do I protect? Well,
vaccination, and then just like you do with every other virus, right? Lots of hand washing. Keeping your personal space from people. It's literally a virus transmission is through the respiratory secretions, and CDC says that maintaining at least a 3-foot distance is a safe distance to prevent the spread. So covering your mouth when you're coughing, using your arm instead of your hands, not touching all kinds of other things out in public and then touching your face. All the protective things that you do for any virus is what you would do for measles.
Like you said, it's definitely for folks under 2, and it's everything you just mentioned. She just touches, and we just breathe, and she's always directly in your face.
Yes, yes. And that's one of the reasons why they're the most at risk, right? Plus, they also aren't fully vaccinated until they've had that second vaccination, which is between the age of 4 and 6.
As a nurse practitioner, is it concerning seeing how, again, we're talking about this and it feels like something that should have been gone a long time ago, or at least definitely not where we should be today? Does this concern you?
Well, of course. I mean, absolutely, because I think it's something that with giving the MMR vaccinations, we can get close to eradicating measles, and it is such a it's such a danger for our young ones, kind of like the RSV is for our younger kiddos. So. Yeah, because I think if we have something that we can do to help prevent it and help prevent the spread, I think it's something that we should do. But I also am also a big advocate for parents' choice because it is their child. But I think most of the time, if you can educate the parent on, you know, what's the risks of getting the vaccination, what are we protecting against, what does the disease look like if you do get it, and then how to at least keep themselves safe if they're not going to get the vaccine, I think are all steps that you have to do if a parent chooses not to get the vaccine.
So if you're going to make that choice, that's fine, but be completely educated in doing so.
Correct. I am 100% support any decision a parent makes as long as it's an educated decision, because after all, it is their child.
Carrie, thank you so much for taking the time. Again,
Yes.
A nurse practitioner, you heard it from her first. It's all about being aware, having knowledge, and then of course, just don't be gross. Wash your hands. All right.